Good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you're tuning in from. How's everyone today? It's Sabrina with both agent, and I have Mariela Zaldivar, who's the Business Development Director for the whole country of Canada, and the awesome Angel Pacheco, who's the BDM for Ontario. We're so happy to have you. I'm happy because I got to practice my Spanish for the last few minutes while they were on and talk about all beautiful cultural things. I'm so excited for this absolute dream of a topic. And thank you for coming here today. I'm going to get us live to Facebook. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Guys, today we're going to have such a very nice presentation, I believe, and hopefully we get to learn and educate ourselves into various topics about this amazing new product we are relaunching. I know there have been a couple of presentation in the past few weeks about this product, but the one that we're going to have today, hopefully we get to have a different approach with more exciting information that we're going to share about this product. So we're so excited about this opportunity. Hello from Niagara Falls. I love it. I love it. And then Keswick as well. Great burgers at Keswick. I love it. Love Keswick. Thank you guys for joining. So whenever Sabrina gets us live, we will be ready to start. This is so exciting. London. And that's the closest one. Nova Scotia, beautiful. Hi, everyone.
We are
White Rock.
ready.
Oh my God.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being present. I know you are so busy, so we are very thankful to you.
Yes, and without further ado, we will let you go ahead and get started. Hello to everyone in Facebook land. And we're just, as Angel said, or Angel. What a beautiful name, Angel. He's our angel today, presenting us all about the Amazon and this amazing experience. I can't wait to hear. So just a few housekeeping notes. There's going to be lots of oohs and ahs because this is the Amazon and it's a river cruise. So throw those in the chat. However, you have the two jefes here. You have Mariela and Angel who are here to answer your questions. They know this product inside out. They're here to support you and serve you. So please take the time to ask your questions in the Q&A because that's how you're going to get these great answers. That's how you're going to get informed so you can give these unbelievable experiences to your clients.
Absolutely.
I'll let you get started, Angel.
Beautiful. Let's just go to the presentation, share my screen, and we'll be ready to go.
I can't, that first photo already, you have me at this first photo, the green, the magic.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. Take it away.
So guys, thank you again for being with us today. Thank you for having us. Thank you for your time, which is the most valuable, precious thing we have nowadays. So today we have the Grand Amazon Expedition. We are so excited about this new relaunch that we have in our hands. So we pretty much just wonder at every turn with this this cruise. The call for this, it will be the immersive all-inclusive river cruise. So imagine this Amazonian jungle now with the comfort and the legendary service of Iberostar. So I have a proposal for you all today. Let's just dream. Let's just imagine. Let's just transport ourselves into the Amazonian jungle and let's get pampered and let's just get the best of it and make the most of it by having this amazing Iberostar opportunity down there at the river. So let's just explore this amazing product by having this introduction. As we like to say, this whole Amazon experience, as you can imagine, again, I invite you to imagine this. Let's just experience this by the senses, right? Imagine there's few places in the world where actually you can have as much magic and charm as the Amazon. Few places in the world for real. Then these exuberant landscapes, the flora, the fauna, and incomparable beauty, right? So we have the opportunity of now living this perfect place with an Iberostar product. So that amazing service you're accustomed to for your customers, it's now available in the middle of the jungle. So relaxation, adventure, locally sourced, responsible ingredients, rich wildlife, and the contact with indigenous Cambeba communities and First Nations in the Amazon, all of that, it's just encompassed and presented in the most comfortable, amazing, well-serviced, well-pampered way with our elevated, authentic experience with this Grand Amazon ship. So it's going to be a great opportunity for your customers, not only to enjoy, to keep enjoying Iberostar, legendary standards, but also to enjoy a new destination, a fresh product, and for those worldly clients, this is a perfect destination and product for sure. Then maybe you have known this product before. Yes, because we had it. This boat has been sailing down the Amazon River for about 15 years, but now we just reinvented it. This is a piece of information most of you don't know, because we've been doing so good with the advertisement that actually most of you have thought that this is a new product. Well, let's say it kind of is, but we just reinvented it. So we have a new naming, a new logo, a new tag, a new icon, and of course, the most important thing, refurbishments, which brings this new experience to life. So let's just dive into the product strengths and new pillars and concept and the narrative behind all this relaunching for you to be able to grasp the information that you need to convey the message that we bring today. All right. So Grand Amazon Expedition, the immersive all-inclusive river cruise. This is the tag. This is the tagline. So when we think of Grand, let's just break this name and this whole brand down, right? When you think of Grand, first of all, this evokes quality, comfort, exclusivity, and high quality amenities. So we kept that there just to serve as opener for this, or amuse-bouche for this new product. Then, of course, if you think of the Amazon as the destination, it brings up authenticity and local connection. So this expresses nature in all senses. So it is necessary just to bring the main character in this picture into the name. And then, of course, if you continue with the expedition claiming, this is an opportunity to discover and explore fascinating places, immersing ourselves into culture, history of the environment, and in one in a lifetime voyage. This opportunity, it's unique. So when these customers get to travel down to the Amazonian jungle and experience our service, it is a one in a lifetime voyage. So it's an opportunity to unveil and discover a new world, right? Then, of course, by doing that, you get to be immersive. You get to connect to this place. You get to experience in all senses, with all senses, a place that envelops you in this breathtaking experience. As you can see, this whole narrative, this whole storytelling is just as exciting as, as the Amazon itself. So we want you to be as enamored, as in love with this product as we are, because it's the only way to actually sell it, right? Then we kept the all-inclusive. The all-inclusive, value there highlights precisely all the additional values for meals, drinks, and activities that we kept included for this river cruise. Imagine the first 5 stars, all-inclusive river cruise in the Amazon nowadays. Ain't that great? It's just amazing. And then, of course, as I said, is the only river is the only one of those river cruises down there with this level of quality and service, including, of course, all these adventurous experiences, exciting activities, and enriching everyone's experience by just by the mere fact of being there. So this whole claim will just be perfect for those conveying this message moving forward. So the Grand Amazon Expedition is an immersive, all-inclusive river cruise experience that we have. So with no further ado, let's just go a little bit more with this logo, this amazing logo. As you can see, the main constant in the name is the A. A stands for one, it stands for unique, it stands for the number one in this case. So if you just see this flow, this movement of the waters down the Amazon, that was the inspiration for the grand logo. So this just takes you into the journey by looking at it. So that is the way we follow the river down there. So no worries, no dizziness. You won't be drowsy. No worries, because the boat being as modern as it is, it's just one of those river boats that you pretty much don't feel anything. But at the same time, it's nice just to see this movement, this flow, these organic forms and curves of the Amazonian rivers, which inspired our logo. Then in this presentation, part of the things I wanted to convey for you today, and we as Iberstar as a brand, is just to give you some materials and sales tips for you to be able to sell this product. And first of all, fall in love with it, because the faster you fall in love with it, everything will be just peaches and cream from here. So what has happened in the past few months, in the past few weeks with this product? Why are we relaunching this in Canada? Why? As to why, all these reasons are just here for you to be a little bit more in touch with this idea. So for instance, the concept, and this is what you need to take away with you. Concept is a luxury expedition. There's nothing as such right now down there in South American Amazonian jungle. Nothing. It's a new name for sure. Now we are called Grand Amazon Expedition, as you've seen. Usually, formerly, it was referred as Grand Amazon only. So all these additions in the storytelling and the name, logo, and icon has just brought into life this new experience. So there's a new web page for sure. And the most important thing, because behind the storytelling, there should be an actual improvement in the actual tangible things. So there have been food and beverage, decoration, and operational improvements. The whole ship has been turned into a more luxurious experience, this is very important because we pay for actual things, right? Then the arrival experience has changed dramatically. So there have been improvement in that sense as well. The expedition per se has been revamped and enriched with more experiences and activities and things to be done while down the river. And of course, this has also come with internal activities, experience, and improvements in that sense as well. So there's actual fun on the boat and out of it. So there's a lot of main news here, just strengthening this storytelling and this new product. Therefore, I would say the main proposition here, and this is for you to be like fully specialized in this new concept, is an immersive experience, again, aligned with the sustainability business model of Iberostar. As you know, we are a benchmark out there for our sustainable business model, we kept that in this product as well. And you will see further on how we did that. Distinctively, I would say there's three main conductors or reasons, or I would say differentiators here in this with this product. First of all, it's an immersive adventure, including Rio Negro, Solimoes River, or the Amazon River as it is, and the combination of the two in the meeting, in the famous Meeting of the Waters Point, local guides with authentic local culture knowledge, the Amazonian life opportunities that you get there just to be like enveloped in that, and then the opportunity of also traveling 250 kilometers with 8 expeditions while being there and sleeping in the Amazon River, guys. How cool is that, right? Then, second of all, I would say the well-being and comfort, it's not compromised. No, no, no. This is a five-star experience. So let's say enhanced gastronomy, premium services, facilities that will ensure to explore and that the exploration of the river keeps the standards that have made Iberostar famous. So we kept the 5 stars, we maintained the commitment to the standards, and not only while being in the boat, but also with the expeditions. So they're close by expeditions, and therefore the comfort is not compromised. And of course, the sustainability for nature. We kept our promise. We are implementing all of our pillars and elaborated a sustainable, experience for everyone to enjoy this boat. That also comes with the organic waste transformed into compost while sailing. And then, if you think of the personality that has made Iberostar famous, I always go with transparency and passion and all this. I reflect that myself, I hope. We say that with this boat, we've acquired these new 5, I would say, traits, right, in the personality of the boat. So we get to be sensorial. Imagine, just think of the boat, think of the Amazonian, think of the birds watching, the observing of the nature, and the river itself. It just brings this opportunity of being in touch with nature, right? In a more sensorial way. So all your senses are connected while being there. Authentic, because by being sensorial, we get to be connected with the nature and the culture. It's dynamic because you're always on the go. You're always doing something. It's a very peaceful destination. You can actually say, you know what, I'm just laying down here and enjoying on the deck of the cruise the rest of my day. But you can also engage in dynamic, adventurous activities. While doing all that, we do not compromise the elevate service and experience we like to just bring to you. So all these 5 factors, elements, components will determine the personality of this product. So by having all this in mind, imagine how excited would be for your worldly, adventurous customers. Then I wanted to include this in my presentation today. This is a very important kind of, piece of information. This is rarely shared. However, I spoke to my boss and said, hey, let's just put this here because this will bring light into the equation. As we understand, this is a very new product for you. You need to understand a little bit more what's going on behind the scenes and how's it been during the past few years. So these are 2023 facts. For instance, the general audience of the cruise is pretty much composed by Brazilians, by 82% of it. Then the USA and Canadian market brings into the picture about 50%, 15% of the occupancy demographics, by 7% being only Canadian. So this tells you how important Canada is for us and how well we're doing. So then the remaining the remainder 3% is pretty much South American countries and 2 or 3 other countries from Europe. But we are doing so well, guys. And by this webinar and those before this one, we just want to increase these numbers because it's such a great product, right? So let's just surpass our actual rate of 7% and let's just grow bigger as North America. And probably, you know, by the end of the year, next year, we can just at least be consistently growing. So let's pick up on those numbers. And now that you know you have a 7% of Canadians traveling down there, let's just make it more. So the main segment, the main niche is the couples with 85%. So family comes next, I would say. Family is a 5%, and solo travelers, surprisingly, is a 10%. So you have a three opportunity, a very varied array of opportunities there for your couples, a family, solo, and group options. When we say groups, we mean corporate, we mean social groups and stuff like that. It's a perfect product for groups as well. Even those having meetings, because they do have their meeting room facilities there for about 50 people. Then multi-generational groups, you got it. From 28 to 37 range of age, 44%. And then the other bigger number would be those 58, 67 baby boomers, 14%. So the main reason for traveling, as our surveys have brought into the picture, is being with family and friends and the opportunity to unwind. Then most of these bookings have been happening from through the tour operator channels, 25% of them, and 22% are happening through Iberostar.com and Iberostar Pro, which is the actual way right now available for Canada. But I will just explain that further. Then the high season goes from June to October. The length of stay average is 4 days, our 4 days itinerary, and they book usually as early as 132 days prior travel. The main driver for booking our amazing river cruise, it's the location and comfort. Again, it's the Amazon. It's a very exciting destination. It's not the tourist crowded area anymore, but it's just a very virgin, exciting way to connect with the nature of the world, and then the comfort of Iberostar for sure. Then most of the people, pretty much like 90%, 95%, they've been praising the service during the stay on top of location and comfort. So all these general facts are just giving you more reasons to engage and enjoy these products. So let's just have a product overview right quick. I love the love and I love the hearts. I love it. So let's discover this Grand Amazon expedition on video. Let's have this, and welcome to the ship.
Bem-vindo à sua cabine do James.
Oh my goodness. Who's ready to come? Oh my God. Aren't we all? It's just a perfect destination to make it more. I love the hearts. I love you guys. Yes, this is a fresh, unique product as you've seen in the video. The deck, the pool, the whirlpool up there, and the breathtaking Amazonian jungle at your feet. So this product, as we said, it's been only a relaunched. So we have been working so hard to make it a little bit more revamped, refurbished, elevated experience now with all this new storytelling and great opportunities for your customers. So at a glance, 72 cabins, all wheel balcony. This is not, like one of those small boats where you have to struggle and, try to make it happen with, exterior or balcony cabin. Nope. All of them come with balcony, including 2 royal suites. That's good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So all-inclusive system, again, being the only one of its kind in the Amazon River right now, about 8.7 miles from Manaus Airport. Yes, that's the city you're going to. And 2 outdoor pools and a jacuzzi, 2 bars, 2 restaurants, amazing, buffet and a la carte. 1 meeting room, as I mentioned before. Folklore shows and educational talks are available for those connecting with the Cambeba culture and the First Nations communities along the river. Fitness space, Wi-Fi is available everywhere in the ship. It's just available in all areas, okay? Jungle expeditions, yes, we need to be connected and posting those pictures and TikTok stories, right? So jungle expeditions, fishing, fauna, and flora observations are always organized and included among the activities in the all-inclusive. And last but not least, we are accepting children's 8 years old and onwards. Good thing. So this is the deck plan of the boat. As you can see, we have pretty much 5 decks. The first one, Purse, right here on the bottom of the image, it's where the reception is, and most of the and the main restaurant, it's down there. Then the Mandy deck has this accessible room cabin right there, the 102 for those with eagle eye can see it. Then we also have there the theater in that deck. Then the Tambaqui is, I would say, the most sought after one, because that one not only includes a good array of rooms, but also family rooms, family cabins, and most importantly, our royal suites right here at the front. These 2 here, 202 and 201. These 2 royal suites are 50 square meters each. 50. Those regular standard cabins across the boat, they're 27 pretty much. So imagine they're not, like regular standard in the sense of nowadays, cruise nowadays, but they're pretty big and spacious. Then Acara also comprises more family cabin opportunities, and these family cabin opportunities are just are merely like one with one king bed and connecting through a door with a double cabin. Okay, then the upper deck, the sole one, is the one having the whirlpool, the swimming pool, and of course another snack bar, perfect for sunsets, lovers just like me, and the continental breakfast facility we have up there as well. Yes, then let's just dive now in the river. So this is one of our itineraries. This is the Solimões River, which is known as the Amazonian River as well in Brazil. So the 3 nights itinerary goes down the Solimões River, doing this curvy, beautiful sail down there. So it's this river here in the bottom of the photo. So this one pretty much departs from Manaus. This one departs from Manaus either Mondays. So Manaus, let's just talk a little bit about this port city. Manaus was known in the beginning of the 20th century, end of the 19th century, as the Paris of the tropics, because it was a bustling economy. It was just showcasing great architecture out of the rubber business down there. So Manaus is not a small town, guys. We're talking about pretty much like 4 million people there. So imagine there's a lot of things to be done. And what we do, we recommend arriving at least 1 to 2 days before embarking. That will give you a peace of mind, a very calm embarking process, onboarding process, and the opportunity to get in touch with Manaus. Most boats depart from Manaus. Manaus is a very busy town in this sense, and then you get to enjoy and know this amazing Brazilian capital, which is a capital from the Amazonias state. So it's not a small town, but rather a much enticing and exciting destination itself. So from here, you would just go in the Solimões River for the 3 nights course. This one goes Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, finishing on Mondays. Then this is the smallest of the shortest of the itineraries. Then in this one, for instance, among the activities included in the price, in the all-inclusive experience, we're talking about hiking on trails, speedboat rides, visit to the home of local, Cambeba culture and First Nation communities, piranha fishing. This is a catch and release experience, so we do not take any piranhas with us. We don't want that. So night rides, so you can just go into this amazing experience of immersing yourself in this Amazonian wildlife surroundings. Folk shows. The captain's dinner happens every last night of every itinerary. The Amazon Awakening. That is also a beautiful thing for those early birds in the morning to watch the sunrise. And of course, the famous larger-than-life phenomenon of the meeting of the waters. That is a point where both the Solimões River and the Negro River encounter each other, but they do not mix for about 60 kilometers. So that's a phenomenon that is worthwhile visiting, and it's one of the main reasons why people go to Manaus. So this only happens because of the substances and particles in the river being different from one to the other. So this spectacle is just there, and we get to sail just in front of it. So that's an amazing experience for sure. Then, of course, our popular 4 nights itinerary that goes down the Negro River. This one, I would say, it's kind of my favorite if I don't have the time to do the 7 nights, which is the ideal thing. The 4 nights, the main differentiator here, the main trait of this one, just because I did the homework for you guys, includes pretty much everything on the Solimões itinerary. Of course, in another section of the river, the Rio Negro, it will be just giving you the same main activities, but there's a main element. Right here, the archipelago Anavalianas. It's the largest freshwater archipelago, the second largest archipelago in the world. So you get to experience that and getting to know more than 400 uninhabited islands. How cool is that? And then about 600 water channels available for those photograph lovers. So those photographers will be having a blast there. And then we get to sail during a whole day in this area. That is an experience for the books. Then this one also, this itinerary also includes the visit to the Robert Tupper Museum. As I mentioned before, Manaus was bustling in the beginning of this right at the beginning of the 20th century as a lively economy, just because of the rubber business. So with all this has said, this is another opportunity to understand the culture and all the social evolution that this area of Brazil has experienced in the past 100 years. This also includes, of course, the piranha fishing, the pink dolphin watching, and visit to even floating houses along the river where the dolphins just come closest to these houses, and we get to experience this this exchange of experiences between the local cultures, the First Nations, which whom we acknowledge and preserve and donate funds to, in order to make these communities a little bit more sustainable by this exchange with the tourism. So all these beautiful things happen only because we get to sail down the river with your customers and your support. So we are thankful for this opportunity of not only transforming their lives, but making them a little bit more sustainable by doing this. Then the famous and most recommended of the 3 itineraries, the 7 nights, is pretty much combining the 2 rivers, Negro and Solimões, to have the full, larger than life experience of being there for 7 nights. Yes, so that's the largest of the 2, and of course a more fun one. Then, as part of the experiences, as I mentioned, the last night of each cruise, Thursdays and Sundays, you have the captain dinner. Captain's dinner is a very elegant, hosted, of course, by the captain and part of the staff, with a special entertainment. The food is delicious, and it's one of the most special nights along the itineraries. The Lua Theater and Bar Lua, these are 2 mythical places on the ship that will just bring you the fascinating heart of the Amazon, wildlife, and entertainment into life. So let's say here, by being here and participating of our shows, you get to experience the sound of the Amazon, a flute show with original, First Nation artists and people who have been participating in these communities for decades. So specific, very cultural and local, entertainment here, it's available. So this is an opportunity of also, get in touch with the culture. The Arara Bar, it's an unparalleled spot in the ship that will just give you the opportunity of enjoying not only the tranquility of the river when you're there just on your own, but also the opportunity to create more experiences in this boat, but by observing and immersing yourself in the surroundings. That is open from 5:30 to 1 a.m. Then, as we said, gastronomy, it's not compromised. You're sailing down the river, big time, 5 stars, great, in a great gastronomic experience. So Vitoria Regia, it's the buffet and a la carte restaurant option down there with fresh, locally sourced ingredients, and this Amazonian cuisine. The Amazonian cuisine, it's reflected in the diversity of our gastronomy offer. So you will not only be sailing down the river and experiencing that in a sensorial way of listening to the birds and enjoying the sense of smell of this crisp, exuberant vegetation, but also at the restaurants. These amazing buffet opportunity and a la carte will be every day, just highlighting a very well known promise of service of Iberostar. So your palate will be happy, so we will. Then the Amazon buffet that happens the first night of the cruise, every Monday and Friday. This is a very special one, happening only once during the itinerary. That one includes like an array of ceviche and tambaqui culture related gastronomy offerings. So the whole thing just gets better every day. So the grilled tucano is the snack. That one is on the Sol deck, and it's open daily, as I said, for continental breakfast. So imagine just waking up and watching the sunrise there, and enjoying the beautiful surroundings in a very quiet way. Then, of course, those not yet familiar with the rooms and the cabins, let's have a look to those. So this is how spacious they are. This is a double cabin. As you can see, the balcony right there. Yes, remember, all of them have balcony, completely refurbished. All this has been completely and dramatically refurbished. Linens, everything. Curtains, textiles, everything. Okay. See, so nice. Spacious balcony. This it's the entry area and the living room of the royal suites. Remember, we only have two. I hope from this webinar onwards, they keep as busy as we like them to be. So do your job and get those bookings. The royal suites, 51 square meters, are just making them the biggest in the ship. And of course, we are these two are located, as I said, in the Tambaqui deck, which is the third level. So again, 72 cabins, all with balcony, Wi-Fi Wi-Fi in all areas, all equipped with air conditioning, safe, TV, minibar, telephone, hair dryer, and capsule coffee machine, of course. This is just a very succinct, explanation of all desks. The Mandy, as I said, is located in the first level. That's where the reception and one of the restaurants is located. Pretty much, it's all of the rooms, all of the cabins in this deck includes, as in every other, bathrobes and turn down service. The Tambaqui is the one that has the royal suites, and it's located on the second level. I correct that. And then of this this luxurious second level compasses as well turn down service. The Acara, it's located on the third level, and these, to many, is the most panoramic of the three because of course, the location, and it's the best way to enjoy the local flora and fauna and or the best sunsets. Then the double family are located spread out pretty much between the Acara and the Tambaqui levels. We do not have many of them, so we only have like a few, just a handful, just like five, six double family cabins. So keep that in mind. And now that we mentioned this, you have to keep in mind that also these cabins are double. That's the maximum occupancy that you can get there. There's no triple, no quadruple, unless it's a family cabin. Okay, so doubles or family up to 4. I hope that's quite clear. And then the Suite Tambaqui, there you can, of course, enjoy a much more VIP experience by having a sparkling wine, a plate of fruits, chocolates, and of course, the bathrobes, slippers, and the turn down service. Then if this hasn't been enough, let's just live the experience. Imagine these speedboats going down the river, and early in the morning, even late at night for the night rides. So among those lifetime experiences, you get to enjoy the Negro River with trails inside the jungle, and then just to get a little bit more in touch with the ecology, the history, the culture, and all the opportunities the Amazon has to offer. Then Anavilliana's archipelago, as I said, the second largest in the world in the freshwater and surroundings. It's an opportunity to enjoy more than 400 islands, unpopulated. That is luxury nowadays. Completely luxury. That's a complete experience of luxury. So visit, for instance, the Cambeba indigenous community. The Cambebas are these First Nations that are both in the Solimoens and Negro River. These communities are just living there peacefully for centuries, and now they're a little bit more open to welcome the world to see them. So we get to enjoy and experience this amazing encounter with them. So also the fishing opportunities with environmental approach, of course. This is Iberostar, and we have these catfish and piranha fishing with a catch and release, basis. Then the Caboclo House, which is like this riverside area with these floating houses that you can get in touch to. Then, of course, the sunrise and the bird watching experiences are also available. Then, if we continue, for instance, we should say the rubber plantation museum perspective that you can get there, because by visiting this museum, you will understand how this area of Brazil was born, as in economy-wise, and how this impacted their progress moving forward. Then the night expedition, one of my favorites, the sound of the Amazon at night, it could change your life, because getting in touch with this destination in this at this depth, for sure, it will just open your senses to a whole different world. Then the jungle trail at Manacapuru, it's another cultural experience full of exchanges as well with the Santana region and the Manacapuru communities there. There's a bunch of opportunities, guys. This is not the regular tourist crowded experience, as I said in the beginning. This is a very unique opportunity to sell your clients a fresh, fresh, luxurious yet environmentally friendly river cruise. Then on board we have tons of funds as well. As I mentioned, we have the bars open with amazing local cultural drinks, as in made of jambu, pitahaya, and these larger than life exotic fruits that are only available in the Amazon, right? So it's an opportunity to savor and understand the culture in our aliveness approach, leaving the destination and getting in touch with it by also consuming their goods, right? Then, as I said, the folklore, the feel and taste, the talks. We have even these talks certain hours a day where you will, from original sources, understand the stories of the Amazon. This is a Cambeba individual there in one of the tribes that you can get to exchange experiences with and have this opportunity to see the way of life. That's a very touching experience for sure. The trail, the trekkings for sure in the jungle. As you can see, she has our bottle right there. So we take care of the surroundings. We don't take any plastics. We don't do that there. And this is the phenomenon I was just explaining you about. This is the encounter of the waters. This is where you have the Solimoens River, this sandy, pale one on the right of the picture, and then the Negro River, the one on the opposite side. As I explained, this is a very rare phenomenon that extends for 60 kilometers, and it's available for you to see in both itineraries. This opportunity, it's a breathtaking, unforgettable, memorable experience for sure. Then, as I said, the main demographic, the main generational group, it's the couples. So if you have these honeymooners, these couples that they are just willing just to go on their own and experience this, be our guests, being the main niche that we serve to, then remember the families, remember the solo travelers, which compose the 10% of them, and the opportunities for groups as well, where you can have tons of fun with this on-ship entertainment. Then the captain, of course, that you can get to meet on the captain's dinner on the last night. And then the fitness center facilities available there. And as we are committed to a sustainable cruising model, we protect the environment, of course. And then we never throw anything into the rivers, lakes, or trails ever. That's why we ask our guests to take care of this premise as well. We have not used single-use plastics since 2020 in this boat. We have bottles of waters and drinkers and fountains in the boat for hydration. We stopped by doing this, guys. This is a very important fact. By doing this, we stopped generating 420 tons per year of plastic with this action, which it's something that we are humbled of and at the same time proud of. No endangered fish species are served in our boats. We're aiming to become in 2025 fully responsibly sourced hotel in this case for this unit for the boats, because we're just working towards that right now. We are taking into account all those opportunities in the area and local sustainable farmers to serve the best quality and socially responsible food in this sense. And we do not send any waste to landfill. Everything goes into compost, okay? All of our Grand Amazon Expedition actions, always from employee to guests, are meeting the Bear Star pillars and values. We value the local culture, as I've been saying through this webinar, and their knowledge. So we acknowledge their knowledge, we acknowledge their presence, and we honor them in every way through our excursions and in every other activity we celebrate there. During the expeditions, we do not bring anything with you, with us, and suggest that you don't bring anything with you that put the compromises or harms the environment. So, and last but not least, our menu contains regional ingredients and unique flavors, of course, just to honor the surroundings and their knowledge. So all of the 100% of our wastewater, which is an important thing also, is treated and analyzed. So before going to the river, is treated, and that's why we also say, please do not bring any or throw any objects from your bathroom or your room to the waters, because everything, the system is generated in a way that we treat every channel and every disposable source there, just to take care of the environment. Then the biggest question, how do I book this? It's a very simple answer. So we have Iberostar Pro being responsible pretty much 22% of the bookings of the boat. Right now in Canada, this is the only way you have to book the boat. So it's very simple. Remember Iberostar Pro, it's that tool that we have for you as agents be able to book Iberostar across the board. So by a simple click, you do this, iberostarpro.com. You will just come. Okay, there you go, right there. And you can just book anything, including the boat. So you choose the destination, you choose whatever, the dates, the amount of people, and boom, you got it right there. So that is the only way right now to book the boat. So go ahead and book. If you haven't been registered yet, just register your agency and or yourselves, and you'll be good to go. You can get your commission, or you can just get you can sell net or commissionable. And by doing it commissionable, you have to register your agency as a vendor and then get your invoice, and 30-45 days after that you will get your commission. Okay, but you can also say you can also sell and get your commission right away by having your registration properly done with your customers and or agency credit card. Last but not least, the resources. You know that you have a trade agent dedicated resource center available 24/7. This will not only give you information about all things Iberostar, but also the boat. You have all the information, photos, itinerary, and most of the content of this presentation is already available there. So check that out. Then another, hot topic, it's how do we get there? Okay, there are a bunch of opportunities. From this side of the world, you can just fly from Pearson to either Panama City and then connect to Manaus via Copa, or Avianca. You can fly, let's say, Toronto, New York, and then connect with Manaus via Avianca. Those are the main two connections. Or you can actually fly Toronto, Sao Paulo, or Toronto, Rio, and then connect to Manaus. That is another opportunity. In certain seasons of the year, you have also Azul and Gol. Azul and Gol are Brazilian airlines, which offer frequencies from Fort Lauderdale and Miami. These are the main gateways and or frequencies that you have available at this point. Okay. And another beautiful information for those who haven't been, across this yet, it's that Brazilians, have these electronic visa arrangements, and then 100% electronic. So it's just a very easy step since January 2024. So for Canadians and Australians, this visa that takes like minutes to get, it's valid for 5 years and only costs $81. So, and this allows, of course, multiple entries into the country. And again, valid for 5 years. So you're good to go. This is our presentation for today. I hope it had just brought something interesting and new to you about this product. We are thankful for your time, for your support, and for your, for being here today, of course.
My goodness, that was amazing. You have so many fans, so many people
Yes.
booking in, so many people with it on their bucket list. It was such an incredible explanation, and thank you for going into such detail to really describe it. And I think it's so fantastic. So we want to thank you. I know Mariela was there behind the scenes answering all the questions. And we will, of course, share this report with Mariela and Angel so that they can send a note out to you. I've put out the links in the chat box just so you have that on hand. That was a link that Mariela shared for the info on the Grand Amazon Expedition. And then, of course, Spoiled Agent on, Iberostar on Spoiled Agent. Don't forget to go because there's an awesome video and a chance to win. There's a first, a second, and a third place prize, and a really fun video as we celebrate you. So as you go to find out more about, of course, all these amazing experiences, including this expedition with Iberostar, take a look and enter and watch that fun video in appreciation of you, the travel agent partners.
Yes,
Do you have any
absolutely.
last words to share,
No,
Mariela?
Yes, for me, it has been a pleasure in responding all the questions, but one that stand out was an agent asking, how many points do I need in a star agents, our reward program for going? So I said, okay, more or less is like 7,000, but it depends on the season. You need to send us an email. We will check with our star agent team and we'll let you know. But the most important is Grand Amazon Expedition is included in the hotel or in the products that you can book with your points. So please sell Iberostar and you will get your vacations in the Grand Amazon with your points.
That's correct.
So
That's correct.
fantastic. And you can win. First place is 5,000. Second place is 3,000 and third place is 2,000 points. So you're going to be on your way to going to this fabulous
Absolutely.
expedition
Absolutely.
when you enter to win that prize.
And leave it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Any last words from yourself, Angel, before we sign off for the day?
Thank you, Sabrina. It's been great as usual. We love Spoil Agents. Without you guys, we will be just weaker, and I love you for that. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for putting this up, and you know, it's till the next one.
Yes, thank you so much. Spoiled agents are the smartest. They come to the webinars and they know everything. That's why they have the highest scores. They're also the best looking in the industry. Just saying. Not us, the agents, the agents, the agents.
Of course, they're spoiled,
Agents.
right?
That's right. Well, thanks everyone. Until the next one, we'll see you really soon again.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye now.